So I was thinking about this today about confidence. And confidence isn't something that you do. Confidence is somebody that you are. It's who you're being. It's who you are when somebody's not looking. It's who you are when you're in the quiet moments, when you're at the house chilling by yourself. It's what you're thinking about. It's what your default is. That's where true confidence lies. And the reason why it was crossing my mind today is because, honestly, if I'm being honest, I was having a little bit of a rough start to the morning. I wasn't quite feeling too good today. Nothing necessarily bad, nothing necessarily wrong. Just we all have our good days and we all have our bad days. And some days you're just not feeling it. But what came to mind as I was getting ready to get started, I'm just leaving the gym right now, is what is my default? What do I fall back on when I don't have that good day? Or I'm not having a good day, or I'm not having a good start of the day. And I just had to remember, Prince, you're not doing regular shit. You're not a regular dude. So my default always went back to, how do I see myself? How do I feel about myself? When you strip away all of the external stuff, when you strip away all of the, the, the feel good stuff, the admiration and the things that you've done and things of that nature, how do you feel about yourself? And so it's one of those things, sometimes you have to talk to yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. And the encouragement can't be fake. That's one thing you can't be. You can't be fake with yourself. Because when you talk to yourself in the mirror, you talk to yourself in the car or at home or in your silence or in your meditation, your consciousness or your subconscious will remind you who you really are. And so at the end of the day, I had to tell myself, Prince, you are him. You've always been him. You're that dude. See, now I didn't need somebody to tell me that. That's the key. That's the confidence. That's the key to the confidence right there. Is who you are, who you tell yourself who you are, not what somebody else tell you who you are. What Whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you think, not what somebody else thinks. And so I don't care what anybody thinks. I am who I am, and I move throughout the day just like that. So confidence at the end of the day is how you move. How are you moving about the day? And no, you're not always going to have a great day. It's not always going to be perfect. But how are you moving? How are you genuinely moving about the day? And on that note, I have some more thoughts, but I'll continue those a little bit later. But on that thought, I'm gonna leave that right there. So more thoughts on this confidence thing. What you resist will persist. Now, what does that have to do with confidence? Sometimes we fight the very thing that was sent to make us better. What do I mean by that? Going back to what I was saying earlier, sometimes when you're not having a good day or you're having a moment, you're in your feelings for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. Instead of allowing it to exist in your reality at that moment, and trying to understand it, we want to fight it. We want to get rid of it immediately because we don't want to feel whatever that is coming our way. And the very thing that is coming our way is typically there's something in packaged in that. There's a lesson in that we have to learn. Whether that lesson is sitting with it, understanding it, or taking it and transmuting it, turning it around, looking at it from a higher version, looking at it from a different set of lenses. There's a typically a lesson in that. And so when we resist the lesson, the universe does this one thing. Let it continue to persist until you get the lesson. So you might as well just sit with it, understand it, learn it, and get past it. And when you sit with it and you learn it, you get past it, that builds a level of resiliency inside of you. And yeah, it might be uncomfortable at the moment, but what you're training your nervous system to do is to be able to handle more and more resistance without freaking out, without crashing out. And so when you come against things throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, and you built a resistance to that, you built uh, a solid foundation, a bigger capacity for your nervous system to handle stress. You don't crash out as easily. You become more stoic. Things don't phase you quite as much, and then you move with a sort of calm confidence and almost a little bit of ease. And people look at you and be like, "That you make that look easy. Like how did you do that?" Well, you did that by doing the work, by allowing yourself to go through it, or to go through it to get through it. It makes sense? More thoughts later. Here's one way that you can increase your confidence. Now, I already said that confidence is not something that you do, it's something that you are. But if you're struggling recognizing who you are in a confident way, here's one way that you can realize that is it's the ability to move on. When you have that resilient mindset, when you have that mindset, no matter what's happening, no matter what's coming your way, that you're going to pick up and you're going to continue to move forward, that's true power. And you can be confident in that power, in that ability. So I implore you, as you're walking this journey, as you're going through your life, and maybe you're struggling, recognizing that you're being a confident person, being a confident man or woman, look at all the times, reflect on all the times that you have picked up, you've overcome the adversities, and you've been able to move on. And in your ability to move on, most likely you've gotten better. If you've learned the lessons that life was trying to teach you, just by happenstance, you have to get better. So, with that, more coming to you later. So, I'm going to wrap up the night with this on confidence. Be willing to embrace the moments that you're the most vulnerable. What does that have to do with confidence? Well, tie it all in. When you understand that what you resist persists, and you allow yourself to be open to everything, that's when you're living life to the fullest. It's two sides of the same coin. And so we're here to experience life to the fullest, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It can't always be good, just like it can't always be bad. So you have to be able to embrace those times when it seems like it is the toughest. Trust me when I say this. It's tough out here. People are crashing out. But if you're making it every day, you're one of a few who've learned the lesson that I'm trying to tell you today. So have confidence in the fact that you're strong enough to resist all of this craziness that's out here. Be confident in the fact that you are you. You are uniquely you. You are no one else. Matter of fact, because you're no one else can be you. So you're robbing the world of your gift if you're resisting what life has to offer. And what you'll find is, and I've found this out to be true, it all works out anyway. It may not always work out the way you want it to work out. But most of the time it works out. Sometimes it works out even better. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust that you have the ability that whatever comes your way, that you're going to deal with it and it's going to be right. And on that, you guys have a good night, and I'll tap in with you guys at another time. My name is Prince, the real Prince Williams.